Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel. Tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. So I just wanted to update you on the story of the couple that was killed during the home invasion over the weekend on Saturday in the town West Jordan outside of Salt Lake City at like 1:15 in the morning. I believe that's when police arrived after being called, after a 911 call where a neighbor heard a gunshot and a woman scream. When they got there, they found Tony. It's Tony and Catherine Butterfield, and they had three children at home, three very young kids from 6 months to 4 years old, and the three kids are okay and are now staying with other family members, probably their parents. But they found Tony in the back of the house, outside of the house, shot and killed. We don't know where he was shot on his body and how many times he was shot. And then they saw evidence of forced entry. They actually saw movement in the home. I assume that was the kids moving around because the mom had already been killed as well. When they got in there, they found her shot and killed. Same thing. We don't know how many times or where she was shot. There was evidence of some kind of a struggle. They believe that whoever the assailant was, the suspect was, that either both of them or Tony tried to defend himself and try to fight him off with a knife from the home possibly, and there's evidence I think of blood and him possibly being stabbed, and they've named a suspect who on Monday, and that was this individual, 31-year-old Albert Enoch Johnson, who remains at large, and his actually hours later on Monday, after they named this suspect, they arrested his wife for basically tampering with evidence, obstruction of justice, and she's basically accused of lying about, and assisting him in evading police, essentially, in a variety of ways. Before and after the homicide. I don't know that she necessarily assisted in the homicide, but she had multiple contacts. She's his wife, multiple contacts with him before the homicide and after, and stands accused of getting rid of stuff of evidentiary value. So, and basically lying about not knowing of his whereabouts. And there's some other things, some other items too in that. So, but he remains at large. He has a criminal history, a pretty serious one, but not in Utah. It says California court records indicate Johnson, known as Psycho Al, was charged with a few felonies in Sacramento County between 2009 and 2011. This includes assault with serious bodily injury and assault with a deadly weapon. Both of those are pretty high-level felonies, I would think. After violating his 5-year probation sentence in 2011, Johnson was sentenced to 4 years in a California state prison. I don't know how much of the 4 years of that time he did. That's a pretty lengthy sentence, and those are pretty serious, felonies. So, like I said, he remains at large, and his whereabouts is unknown. But his wife had said in this report to police that I don't know if she said this to them or to friends, and they found that during their investigation, that police further noted in the affidavit that Cena Johnson, made statements that his wife plans to buy a plane ticket to Arizona and would not specify where in Arizona she would go. The alleged party has already aided the homicide suspect in fleeing, and police believe she would continue to aid the homicide suspect if released. The couple, or at least Albert, I believe the couple was known to, the couple that was killed, Tony and Catherine Butterfield, but it's not exactly clear how they were known to them. They have the individual has a small business, a landscaping business that they ran together. She was the business manager, I think, and they both worked on it. When you look at the Facebook page for the business, and it's promotional in nature, so it's impossible to tell if they had other employees. I was thinking maybe he was an employee, even though he has a pretty serious criminal background, doing a 4-year sentence in a state prison in California with 2 serious felonies. But maybe that was unknown to the couple. I don't know, But I was just thinking maybe that's how he was known to them, is that he worked for the landscape company. It's hard to know. Like I said, on the Facebook page for the business, there's just a number of sort of pictures of just the couple working, kind of promotional in nature and just showing them working on various jobs. But there's no pictures of any other employees, and I've gone back all the way to to the beginning of the creation of the Facebook page, in his first post of announcing that he's, started a landscape business and looking for business in the Salt Lake City area, etc., and asking for friends to maybe refer and so forth. But no pictures of any other employees. That's why I was trying to see if this dude that's how he knew them. But the police reiterated in their press conference, I don't know if that was yesterday, Tuesday or Monday, that they believe the family had nothing to do with this, and there was no suspected criminal activity going on at the home, where the family lived. They lived in a very nice little middle-class home. I don't have the picture of it up here, and the address has been released by this point. Seems like a pretty quiet, middle-class neighborhood with probably not a lot of crime to it. So why this individual, obviously knew them, but why he went to this home and did what he did remains still a mystery. But they say that the couple, are total victims of this, and they reiterated that in their follow-up press conference yesterday or the day before. So it says, but Mr. Johnson was known to the Butterfields. This was not a random act. We do believe it was a targeted act of violence and an isolated act, said West Jordan Police Sergeant J.C. Holt. But police did not reveal on Monday how the Butterfields knew Johnson or a possible motive for the crime. Holt, however, reiterated that the Butterfields were not involved in any criminal activity such as drugs or gangs. I don't even know if I showed the picture of his wife. It's right there. I think I did. I've tried to do this video a couple times now. So we do believe the Butterfields were absolute true victims, Holt said. They did not have any role in this. We don't believe there was any criminal activity going on on their part or anything like that. Just a terrible situation, horrific. The bodies of the Butterfields were found early Saturday at their home, 3277 6920 South. And I showed that in the last video. And it's just a nice little middle-class neighborhood. There it is right there. So, like I said, it remains a mystery how this individual knew the couple and what he went there, what's his reason for going there to kill them, But he remains at large, and he's obviously pretty dangerous, even though they don't think, the public's in danger, that this was an isolated incident of something between him and this couple. Obviously it's terrible. And is he still in Utah, the Salt Lake City area, or did he go to Arizona for some reason? That seems to be what his wife was planning on doing, and she's in custody as well. I don't think she's made her first court appearance yet in the Salt Lake City County Jail. She was arrested. Cena Johnson, 29, is held in the Salt Lake City County Jail, accused of obstructing justice and tampering with evidence. Her husband, Albert Enoch Johnson, was named as a suspect in the murders of Tony and Catherine Butterfield on Monday. The search for Johnson is still active. Anyone with knowledge of his whereabouts is asked to immediately contact authorities 801-840-4000. Cena Johnson withheld the whereabouts of the homicide suspect and falsified her recounts of what occurred and her involvement, according to the affidavit. Police also want Johnson charged with tampering with evidence, a third-degree felony. They state she admitted to disposing of items of evidentiary value regarding the homicide. And that is the story there, man. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.